Okay, now we are at the 1967.
It was one of the strongest tournaments. I mean, my first strongest tournament played in Soviet Union in '67. I played
This one?
Yeah, this one. I mean, almost everybody was grandmaster, and most of them were Soviets. Like always, you see, like in '81, like in '77. Always it happened the same. You see. Well, it was normal because they had very strong grandmasters. What can you do? But here, I remember it happened. It was very funny because I didn't have any experience to play such a strong tournament because I was new in that time, and it happened that in the first round I beat Stein. I went against Stein, who was the Soviet champion, and a few rounds later I could win against Geller. So now I was so happy that I thought already that I win the tournament, and I didn't play well until the end. And I didn't win the tournament because I didn't have so much experience. I even lost some games. I don't know, 2 or 3 or something like this. But it was already clear that somebody will come in the
There is someone with talent.
later on. Yeah. Okay, so coming back to their game, his opponent Bilek was one of the strongest Hungarian grandmasters. He was very well prepared theoretically, and it was very nice game because it was a Sicilian. And as always in Sicilian, remember I told you many times,
Yes.
if you resist with black the first 15, 20 moves and nothing happens,
You have your
it's
chance.
more or less all right. So you see what happens here. In one moment, Bilek didn't play the best move, but it was enough. You'll see. So very important game theoretically, again, one of the most important variations in that time, this is the Richter-Rauser variation for black with g5, bishop g5, and the rest, knight f6, knight c6, and the name of the variation is Richter-Rauser with the bishop in g5. Instead of bishop g5, if the other bishop comes to c4, is the Sozin variation. These are the two main lines. Even now they are called the same line. All right, Carlson. Until now, everything is theory. Instead of rook c8, the other two lines are e6 or bishop or b5 immediately. Yeah, the two alternatives. Okay, rook c8. All right, therefore, theory until now. Okay, h6, good. h6, bishop takes. Bishop e2, e2, h5. h5 is more or less necessary because if you allow bishop to h5, it's very unpleasant for black. This pin, from
Against the
the
pawn.
bishop from h5 is very, very unpleasant. So h5, all right. So king b1, he prepares the main line later, you see. So now counterplay b5, no, e6 first, pardon. Rook f1. The idea is to prepare somehow to push on the white squares with f5, to open the game, you see. So after b5, black has to play something, this is the counterplay, b5. So he takes with the rook, no? f5. Bishop f3, rook c5, and now f5. And now you see we have this very important position here, So now what happens? Black has to choose between 3 or 4 moves. Queen a5, it seems this is the most aggressive line. Queen a5. But this is very dangerous. Even another grandmaster, not Spassky, could punish his opponent because he played queen a5.
Why?
It's very risky, we'll see. So instead of queen a5, it was much better to play something else. The alternatives were here. b4 is okay. Well, okay, more or less, is a possibility, b4. Another move is queen c7, more quiet. Another line, not so easy to calculate, but still all right for black, is to play rook e5 to have control on the center squares. Now, why is so dangerous to play queen a5? Because white can open the position completely and has very good attacking chances, by force. You see. So, okay, queen a5. Probably he regretted later on that he played queen a5, but it was too late. Now from here everything is more or less forced. You see, for one move, I told you, in one move in Sicilian gives white the possibility to play like this.
Yeah, and queen
a little bit too far.
It's too far.
So
but usually this is a normal move.
It's a normal move. It seems it's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so now he takes in e6, you take in e6, and now look at the move. Again, very logical. He keeps a pawn, but the pawn is attacked 3 times, in e5, but it's the best move. Why is the best move? Because the knight has time to arrive in e4. If he arrives with tempo in e4, black has very big problems, So now you have to take only with the rook, because if you play first b4, after knight e4, you are lost already. He attacks with tempo, and he attacks in d6 and in f6, and it's finished. So, okay, you have to take only with the rook, because if you take with the f pawn, white has time to play queen g5, and again you are lost. If he gives you one check, it's too much, Okay, so now what? Queen f4, rook f5, no? Queen g3. Again, he prepares, what to do now. You can't play immediately d5 because you are lost immediately after queen b8 check. This is again very bad position for black. So he attacks again. Rook g5. Yeah. Now queen h4, and finally black has to play something, and he plays d5. Again, b4 is not good. b4, knight e4, black is lost again. Instead of d5, b4, knight e4.
Yeah.
So okay, d5, and now here white has time to sacrifice something, but it's decisive because the king is much too weak. You see, everything comes with tempo. Terrible attack for white. You see, bishop takes, knight, pawn takes, and rook takes f6. Now what to do? Every piece is hanging. You see, for black.
Yeah.
Terrible position. So what to do? The only way to defend is like this, the way they played. You see. Rook g8, so knight takes d5, again with tempo. Now all kind of, combinations coming. So bishop g4, the only hope, you see, to defend a little bit everything. And now takes there with check, terrible, what to do now?
He resigned.
He resigned, but why? Because if he takes with the rook,
he is losing here.
He's losing there and threatens mate in 1. This is the problem, in e7. So if he takes with the king, rook f1 check. Now here, rook f1 check, and now look. Now what to do here? King e8, no?
Yes.
Yeah, king e8. And now knight f6 check. Now what?
Okay. Let's say
like that. Yeah. Now there. And okay. Terrible. Yeah. It was punishment, of course, but it's always like this in Sicilian. For one move, it could happen something similar like in their game, because if you open too much the position and your opponent is strong enough to see it, then, you have such a possibility. White is attacking, and the black king is, has a very weak position all the time, and it's enough. If everything comes with tempo like this, 3-4 moves, beauty
finish,
price.
beauty price. All right.
Of course, Spassky was not guilty, until him, because his opponent allowed too much. But as I told you, in Sicilian, it's always like this. You have to be very, very careful in Sicilian, to survive the first 20 moves. Always, afterwards it's okay. It's another line. But it's very tactical, and you have first to equalize, and then later on, if you try too much immediately in Sicilian, it's very, very dangerous.
All right.
Of course, the best players, they know it already, but somehow you can have such an experience, in your career. It's very unpleasant, because usually, if you have such an experience in Sicilian, usually your opponent becomes the beauty prize.
Okay.
It's always like this. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Gheorghiu.
You are.